What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sir Splash, and due to the amount of likes on part 1, the like goal was shattered. I am dropping this part 2 of worst places to live in fiction. So, because you guys kind of blitzed me and beat the goal on the last one, last like goal was 100 likes. This like goal will be 115 likes before the next one comes out. So, just to give a quick rundown, in case you didn't see the first one, I am going to go over 10 places in fiction that are terrible places to move to and live in due to multiple reasons. So, with that being said, make sure to like this video, and let's get started. Number 1, Westeros. This is from the verse of Game of Thrones. You can literally use one instance to just kind of sum up how trash of a place Game of Thrones is to live in. At one point in the city, on one side, the north side, zombies were invading and trying to kill everyone. They're called White Stalkers or White Walkers, something like that. And on the south, a dragon was burning the other side. So like zombies are attacking, freezing one side, dragons burning down the other side. On top of this, you got the political espionage, constant war, frames, people framing each other, killing each other. It's just a rough place to live. Don't recommend it. Don't move to Westeros. Next up, Lord of the Rings verse. Specifically, for me personally, near Sauron's tower. The creepy eyeball up top overseeing everything, surveying the land. Top of this, you got orcs running around. If you make it to the forest, in the forest you got massive spiders, other creatures. You're going to get lost and eaten, consumed. Constant wartime. Smog might be flying around. Armies might be clashing. It is a rough place. Plus, you have the necromancer, all that stuff. Terrible place to live in because of the constant wars going on and a different kind of life there. Do not recommend the Lord of the Rings. Next up, one that might surprise you, but Power Rangers verse. I kind of realized the Power Rangers verse was messed up because, first off, all the aliens and monsters, whenever they attack, they attack in major cities, major areas, tearing through stuff. On top of this, when they bring out the mechs, the Rangers, when they're using the mechs as well as whoever they're fighting, they're usually tossing around buildings. And I'm like, aren't there people in there? Since it's a kid's show, they're not trying to show all that, but pretty sure multiple people die while these buildings are getting thrown around. So yeah, Power Rangers verse, because of the way they fight and the collateral damage, would not want to live in their city. Next up, Courage the Cowardly Dog's House. If you have not seen this show, because maybe you're too young, it is an absolute classic. It's about a dog that lives with his grandma and his grandpa who hates him, Eustace and Muriel. And every episode, something new happens. Courage the Cowardly Dog is supposed to be not about it, but he ends up about it to protect his grandma, and he can't let her see what's going on. So he's dealt with stuff like paranormal demons, including having to perform exorcisms, aliens invading, plant monsters, regular monsters, robbers, fighters, ancient, Chinese warlords and their beasts, different things coming to life from the TV set. So many problems Courage faces literally every episode. It's a terrible place to reside in. Next up, Cloverfield. Now, Cloverfield, to me, it's kind of a no-brainer. First off, they kind of got blitzed when it came to, the aliens invading. It's like a weird reality warping situation. The aliens can attack and just rupture and destroy the city Godzilla style. So you never know who's going to hit. And they drop off other aliens when they attack. So because of the constant pummeling of the city, And the fact that it happens so fast you don't know what's going on. Cloverfield is a terrible place to live. Next up, Stephen King's The Mist. Now, The Mist dropped in on you out of nowhere. Doesn't matter where you are as long as you're in the town. And within The Mist resides paranormal and evil monster and creature, insect-like beings. Don't really have like a known source, but they come through, eat everybody, tear limbs off, attack. You know, some people were stuck in a grocery store trying to fend them off. But if you go out in the mist, you're going to get attacked. And unless you have a massive military force moving in with you, you're in deep trouble. I do not recommend moving there. Next up, the Witcherverse. Now, the reason the Witcherverse is so hostile is they have basically any kind of mythological beast. They got dragons, they got regular monsters, orc-like beings, the devil in the hills, stuff like that. Elves, humans have beef. They have so many different creatures on top of this. The Witchers are the only ones that are kind of willing to do anything about it, but there's not a lot of Witchers. So you got a lot of people that won't even handle the problem. Top of this, humans versus humans is happening all the time with political battles as well as territorial battles. Constantly volatile. Too many creatures living there that you won't be able to handle. The Witcherverse is terrible. Next up, Skyrim. First of all, if you walk through any town, you'll notice the guards say, "I used to be like you till I took an arrow in the knee." So many of them say that basically everyone in Skyrim, basically everyone has taken an arrow to the knee in Skyrim. I mean, you hear it hundreds of times. So even if you don't statistically take an arrow to the knee, which would be devastating for you physically, you have stuff like sorcerers, witches, wizards, dragons flying around, dragons that consume all of time and space. You have massive mud crabs, bears, saber-toothed tigers, werewolves, vampires, cults, political factions fighting each other, assassins running around. It's a nightmare, it's a mess, and I would not want to live in the realm of Skyrim. Next up, Terminator, specifically the future. Skynet is an organization, builds Terminator/robots. Eventually, in the future, as we see in Terminator Salvation, Skynet takes over the world. Cyborgs take over the Terminator series. They're everywhere. The issue with this is these cyborgs, Terminators, are faster than you, stronger than you, better than you, healing factors, made of metal, weaponry superior to yours. It's a mess. You're not going to succeed against them. They're everywhere. Skynet's everywhere. It's electronic, internet based. It's an absolute nightmare for you to prosper, and they're wiping out humanity. So, yeah, I would not want to live in the world where Skynet in the Terminator series has taken over. Now, the final one, and perhaps the most annoying, Minority Report. This was a video game at one point. It's also a movie with Tom Cruise. The reason this is annoying, it probably has the least functions available to kill you or harm you or whatever. But they have one thing going on with law enforcement that would be a complete nuisance. This is the fact that they arrest people based on their intentions or their ideas, their thoughts of committing a crime down the road. So, if you ever think of committing a crime, let's say you get into it with a dude, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to beat his ass. Like, next time I see that guy, I'm putting the paws on him. Minority Report, police, they will be alerted to this thought process, even if you want to, recant on it later. If you want to just pull out, you're like, I'm not going to fight him, you calm down. That idea in your head, they're like, we're going to prevent crime. They're going to pull up on you. You're going to jail for assault. Yeah, so just your thoughts and ideas can get you 25 to life, potentially. So in a world where potential crime is what you're punished with, everybody's getting the sauce. Every Call of Duty lobby ever is going to jail. They won't be able to game anymore. It's a mess. I would not want to live in the minority report. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see part 3 of this series, which I love to make, 115 likes. That's the goal. If you want to add suggestions to the list, join the Patreon, as well as you'll be able to access all of my scans, all my scripts, $5-10 a month range. You'll get to talk to me personally on Discord, as well as through the Patreon Messenger. You'll be able to suggest videos, great deals. Go check out the Patreon. Like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Sir Splash, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.